Hello, it's Diana Marchand from dianamarchand.com, and welcome to this video. I have a couple things I want to cover, and they're really important, and I've touched on them before, but I keep thinking about them because it really is something that I'm noticing really needs to be worked on with everybody, right? Of course, no matter what we're trying to do in life. And especially when it comes to trying to change something like healthy eating, exercise, whatever in your life. The on again, off again. When you think you don't have enough money, you don't have enough time, you're unable to do it, you can't stick with something, you don't like those certain foods, you're not sure if you can do it, you don't trust yourself, all of those things. So this is kind of what it's about. Kind of a heavy. I've been listening to this online conference all day today, and it's extremely interesting. But it really, everything we go to do and be, like everything that we are, is created by our thoughts, right? It's created by our thoughts and our beliefs. And those start from a certain time in our life. So something's implanted in us that we believe to be true that we cannot control, usually something when we were young, right? And that tends to rule us for many, many years, and it affects us in so many ways. And often we don't realize that that's what's really holding on. Or maybe we do, but we don't know how to switch it or change it. And it's not like you have to know specific complicated things to change it. It's more like bringing up the awareness of what's going on. And like someone said today, you need to upgrade your thoughts. People just don't upgrade their thoughts. And I thought, wow, that is so true. There's definitely a lot of people who are into personal development and stuff. I've been since I was in my 20s. So I've been continually trying to figure out, okay, if I think like this is causing this in my life. What can I do? How can I change my thoughts? How can I think better? So that's just me, but that's been my interest. I took psychology, I took anthropology. I just dove into the, humanness of us and why we do what we do, right? Culture, nurture, all those things. Trying to figure it out because that's just me. Here's my doggy. He just needs so much attention today. And so the thing when someone said in one of these videos is that most people don't upgrade their thoughts. They continually have thought the same things since they were little. That's so interesting. It's so interesting because it makes sense. So when I react to something that still triggers me now, and what that is funny, is when someone tries to tell me you have to do this. Diana, I see you doing this over and over because of this, and you have to do this. This is the way you should be doing it, and don't you know? And I guess that's kind of like, it reminds me of what a father, how they would scold you, right? So if a partner of mine tries to say things like that to me, right away triggers me. I become rebellious. And what it is that that's still that little child. Even though I'm 52, my reaction comes from that little child. And the emotions and what I'm feeling is that same thing the little child felt. No matter how old I am, right? And I have worked through a lot of my stuff. So there's still areas in my life that I know I'm still reacting and thinking like that little child. So if you haven't done any continuous personal growth or work on yourself, can you imagine how many things in your life are still being triggered because your thoughts are still from this very young age when something happened to you that made you lose your belief in yourself, feel you weren't good enough, feel that you could never do anything, or that you're not worth it, or that you're not meant to do that, or that you're not smart enough, that you're not good enough, that you're not strong enough, that you're not pretty enough, that you're not skinny enough, whatever it is, just realize that those are probably still within you. And unless you work at releasing them, and there's many, many, many ways of doing that, right? But I just want you to realize that could still be ruling you. And when it comes to you trying to change something or go from a place that's different than where you are now. So let's say someone who wants to eat healthier and they try to change their eat healthy habits, to try and eat healthier. And I hear so often, I just don't stick with it. I just don't stick with it, right? And you may not stick with it because you haven't changed your thoughts. You haven't changed your beliefs, right? That allow you to be able to stick with it. You're still thinking the same thoughts. You're still thinking these old thoughts. You're still letting other people influence you. You haven't decided that you're going to change things. You haven't worked on changing things that are in your mind. You don't take the time during the day to be conscious of what you're actually thinking. You have not connected to your body for a while, so you can't even feel if you're full. You can't even feel if you're sick. You can't even feel what your body feels like because you're trying to avoid it, right? So you're not connected to your body anymore. You've disconnected. Because when we connect to our body, that can bring up a lot of emotions and feelings that are inside our body. So often what a lot of people do is they don't like feeling like that. It's uncomfortable, so they want to move away from being uncomfortable, so they disconnect. So there you are, you cannot feel your body anymore. And I find that a lot of that has to do with, why do I keep eating this junk? Now, there's probably a lot of reasons, but I mean, you could be filling a void. So if you don't feel good enough, you don't feel loved, you feel alone, you don't feel whatever, you want to fill an empty part in you. And you can fill it with food that tastes good, gives you a good sensation at the moment. Right? I mean, food reacts like drugs do in our brain, chemical reactions, so they actually can make us physically feel good, numb our pain, and make us feel better. So food really reacts like a drug. And therefore, when we try to go off and say we have to give up those foods that we so love, that make us feel good, that make us feel loved, that make us feel happy in the moment, how do you think you're going to react, right? It's kind of like panic. It's like, I can't do that because that makes me feel good. I don't want to give up something that makes me feel good, because if I don't have it, am I going to walk around feeling horrible all the time? So things like that could be going on in the background. And then like the upgrading your thoughts. So not noticing that you still feel the same way about certain actions or healthy food. You still may think healthy eating is hard. I don't have time. It's going to take too much time. It's going to be too many complicated recipes. Maybe because someone told that to you. Maybe because a lot of people tell that to you, right? There's so many things that could be going on. So how you think about things, you need to upgrade your thoughts. You need to think differently. You need to change your beliefs by changing your thoughts, by working on the feelings within your body. And what I've started doing, or I've done it for a while, every morning is I write out, like I do it a few times a day, how I want my life to be, not what it's like now. So journaling in a way, the way you want to live your life in the future. And this has helped me incredibly. Instead of focusing on where you are now, you want to upgrade your thoughts. So you want to expand what you believe is possible for you, right? So you're going to write it out like it already is. So if you're somebody who's trying to go on this healthy eating journey, but you keep following. So I'm a person who sticks to healthy eating all the time. I'm a person who loves to eat my vegetables and greens. I'm a person who continually has 2 smoothies a day. I'm a person who actually craves healthy food. And I'm a person who's starting to not like the taste of junky foods. I'm the person who's easily given up sugar. Things like this, as you want to continually write those things, as well as taking the actions of doing some of those things. But note, not doing them all at once, just taking little steps. Because when you start to change what you eat, as in you're eating more healthier, you're getting the right nutrients, so your body's going to adjust to that. The taste is going to change, so your taste buds are going to change. So when you go back to eating something junky or full of sugar, you're going to notice it's like so much more than, it's like woof, right? But that takes a little bit of time. But really what you need to do is start changing your thoughts. And that requires being conscious. So in everyday life, we're so busy, we're so crazy with things that we don't give time or let us have time to be conscious, to feel our body when we eat, to notice our thoughts, to notice the feelings. What are we still continually saying? What are we still continually thinking? That is highly important. Highly important. So I want you to take that into consideration. If you need help with this is what I'm here for. Reach out on my Facebook page, Diana Marchand. YouTube, Diana Marchand, again, my videos. Join my Facebook community, Women Creating Healthy Lives, and visit my site, dianamarchand.com. Okay, take care. Bye.